In this video, I'm going to introduce you to the sum and the difference rule. So let's talk about the sum and difference rule, right? So in order to talk about the sum and the difference rule, what I'm going to do, I am going to consider two functions. So let fx and gx, fx and gx are two differentiable functions, then my sum rule is, let's first talk about the sum rule. So my sum rule is d by dx of fx plus gx is equal to, what I'm going to do, I'm going to distribute d by dx inside the bracket. So I will write d by dx of fx, right, plus d by dx of gx, right? So if I want to differentiate the sum of two functions, what I need to do, I need to differentiate the first function and then add the differentiation of the second function. Now let's talk about the difference rule. So the difference rule is, if I want to find the d by dx of fx minus gx, so the d by dx of fx minus gx is basically what? I'm going to distribute d by dx inside and I will write d by dx of fx, right, minus d by dx of gx, right? So basically what I'm doing, I am distributing d by dx inside the bracket, and when I differentiate, I will write d by dx of fx, this minus sign, d by dx of gx. Now let's consider an example. So my example is, find d by dx of, or the derivative of, x cubed plus x squared plus 2, right? So in order to find the derivative, what I'm going to do, I'm going to distribute d by dx throughout the function. So I will write d by dx of x cubed, this is my first part of the function, plus d by dx of x squared plus d by dx of 2, right, because I have constant 2. Now let's differentiate using the power rule. So if you remember, the power rule was, d by dx of x to the power n is n x to the power n minus 1, right? So this is basically my power rule. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the power rule. Now let's use the power rule. So if I use it, I will write, my n is 3, so I will write 3 x to the power 3 minus 1, because my power rule is n x to the power n minus 1. And my n is 3, so I will write 3 times x to the power 3 minus 1, which is basically what? N minus 1, plus d by dx of x squared is 2 x to the power 2 minus 1, plus d by dx of constant is 0 because 2 is constant. Now let's simplify further, and if I do that, I will write 3x to the power 3 minus 1 is 2. So I have 3x squared plus 2x to the power 2 minus 1 is 1 plus 0. Now let's simplify further, and if I do that, I will write 3x squared plus 2x to the power 1 is 2x, so I will write 2x plus 0 is basically 0. So my final expression is 3x squared plus 2. Now let's consider another example. So my another example is find d by dx of x to the power 5 minus x to the power 3, right? So as you can see, now I have the difference of two functions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the difference rule to separate x to the power 5 and x to the power 3. And if I do that, I will write this is equal to d by dx of x to the power 5 minus d by dx of x cubed, right? Now I'm going to use the power rule. So if I use the power rule, the differentiation of first term is basically 5x to the power 5 minus 1, right? Minus 3x to the power 3 minus 1, right? So 5 minus 1 is 4, so I will write this is equal to 5x to the power 4 minus 3x to the power 3 minus 1 is 2, so I will write 3x squared, right? So this is basically the differentiation of x to the power 5 minus x to the power 3, right? And this is how we will use the sum rule and the difference rule to find the differentiation of the given function.